Okay, so today we are going to do a series of trails, basically going in a circle. We're here at the Lower Awosting parking, and we'll end up coming out way over there. But for now, we're going to walk along the road to go to the Sunset Carriage Trail. That'll take us up to the lake at the top of the mountain, and I'll check in a bit. Ahead is the new booth that they put up where you first enter and pay. But like I said, if you get the Empire Pass, you get in here free every single day. Of course, it costs you $65 for the season. Otherwise, it's $10 every time you come up here. So get the pass. It's worth it. So now to get to the Sunset Carriage Trail, at the stop sign, we're going to go right. And that's going to take us to the top of the trail that goes to the falls. And I'll point that out as well when we get to it. You get to the end of this little road, you're going to cross over the bridge. And here, this is the carriage trail that leads to Awosting Falls. It's really only a few feet down the way there. It'll take you to the top of the falls and then down to the bottom. We want to go to the top of the mountain up by Lake Minnewaska, so we have to go up this way. Sunset Carriage Trail, or Carriage Road. It's only 0.8 of a mile. However, it is straight up. That's the trailhead elevation, 1,300 feet. That's why it kills us every time. At some spots, it goes pretty much straight up. But here we go. The camera probably doesn't do this any justice, but it is pretty much steep, steep, steep. And as you can tell probably from my breathing, yeah. And this is only a little ways. I don't even think we're halfway yet. And then you get around here, and it's just a slight incline. Those we like. On the Sunset Carriage Trail, you do have to cross over the road. So watch out for the cars, because it's on a turn and they can't see you. So always look left and right. See, kids, look how easy that is. And let's keep going. That hard work of climbing up 0.8 of a mile, we are now heading down. And this trail is going to catch up to the loop road that goes around the lake. You can see the lake down there. So we're going to hop on that loop trail just for a few steps down to the bottom, where we're going to pick up Upper Awosting, and I'll show you my plans from there. Okay, so the plan. We are at Upper Awosting. We're right here right now. So we're going to go up here, Bluberry Run, to Mossy Glen, and then out to the bottom parking lot. So let's begin. There's not a whole lot to see on this trail. I have shown this one before on my Castle Point walk. So unless I see something interesting, probably won't catch up again until the trailhead for Bluberry Run. See you in a bit. You can see this, but there's a porcupine up in that tree right there. I think what I'll do is probably take a picture of it with my phone as well. Maybe put that at the end of the video, because I know the GoPro, I don't know how to get in close enough to get a good shot. So again, I'll take a picture and put it at the end. So we finally made it to where Bluberry Run Footpath is. And again, like in the last video, if you go left, you could take Bluberry Run up to Castle Point Carriage Trail. We are going to take Bluberry Run Footpath this way and catch up to Mossy Glen Footpath. See in a bit. So far not a lot to complain about, except do have some roots. You can see some rocks sticking up out of the ground. Just kind of in the woods here. There's some mountain laurel. And hopefully it doesn't get too much worse than this, except for, like I said, like these rocks and roots, and we might encounter some mud. We'll see as we go along a little further. Doing a lot of downhill, lots of rocks and roots in areas that are wet and slippery. You do have to be very careful. Watch where you put your feet. And we're still heading down Bluberry Run. Okay, so coming out of the one spot on Bluberry Run, you walk over here. Now you can keep going down, and I don't know if the camera can see down there. There's people in the water down there. But that's where you keep going straight to stay on Bluberry Run. And just a little ways past where that water is, you climb up the hill, and then you go out onto Lower Awosting Carriage Trail. But we are going to continue, I think, on Mossy Glen. And this is 1.7 miles. So, and we just did a rough hike down Bluberry Run. Not sure. We may take a break. Check it in a bit. It's a nice little spot along Mossy Glen Footpath. And we have to continue up this way. We just came from over there, and we are continuing this way, and we'll be alongside the water again. The whole hike could look like this. That would be lovely. But it has pretty much been all rocks and roots and slippery spots and whatnot, and look at all that. I'm still going. Looking for a spot to hang out for a bit once we get down by the water. Spot that comes out to the water. A couple different areas you can actually kind of just sit down in there and cool off if you'd like. That's a nice little spot right there. Hello. Lots of little spots you could sit. The trail continues out over that way. We probably have a little over a mile left to go. And so we keep going. You get really lucky and you get something like this that keeps you up out of the mud, off of the rocks and the roots. Would love to see a lot more of this. You see one of these guys with a ring around its neck. He's gray, not too long. Maybe somebody knows what he is and can let me know. Another spot coming out of the trail where you can go down by the water, and right up here looks like it could be a pretty decent swimming hole. I'm gonna run down and check that out. The trail continues over that way. Oh yeah, that looks like a nice little spot. Of course, you're not really supposed to swim up here, but hey, who cares, right? Well, it's supposed to continue that way, but as you can see, a big clump of trees had fallen and no one has yet fixed it. So, we're going to go down this rock. But first, I just want to show you. Look at these little waterfalls. Aren't they cute? That's really nice. Goes all the way down that way. Okay, so we're supposed to come out from right there. So, and the trail continues way down here. See lots of trees down.
Hey guys.
And the trail picks back up over here. Okay, so the trail does walk along this waterway here, so you can see by the yellow blaze on the tree. Still lots of spots where you can kind of sit down in the water and cool off. It is starting to rain right now, just drizzle. Just going to keep pushing forward. We have ponchos if we need them. And we continue on this way. I think we've only got about a little over a mile left. See you in a bit. What I like is coming to one of these. There were people coming, so I wanted to stop filming. Love coming to these kind of bridges. I'm going to take you across with me. Lots of spots you can just kind of sit down on the rocks if you want. And climb up. Nice little bridge. Look down over the water. Oh, someone's got a tent down there. I guess you can tell it's raining. And just continue across the bridge. And now we're going to be climbing steadily up to this point on the trail. And you can turn right. This is just a little offshoot that goes down to the water where we were just at and where we saw the tent. And we need to continue up and up. Away from the water, the trail, as you can see, is pretty flat and level. Right now it's beautiful walking conditions, not much in the way of rocks and roots. And we're actually running alongside the Lower Awosting Carriage Trail that you can see from some spots, but I don't think from here, but I can hear people on the trail. And we don't have much further to go, and we'll be out at the end. And we are just about out of Mossy Glen Footpath. 1.7 mile hike, pretty moderate. Lots of rocks and roots, muddy spots. And like I said, we were going to end up at the Lower Awosting parking area, which is where we parked. And there we are. I'll give you the stats in just a minute.